I didn't see this coming. I didn't think the Niners would make another big investment on their defensive line. I thought that was the reason that they traded DeForest Buckner in the first place. It kind of feels like this is an admission that they were wrong about trading Buckner. And I mean, Hargrave is about a year older than Buckner, and I mean, he produces. He's not exactly Buckner, but he's really good and he's expensive. And this is a big time move. What do you think of it?
I love it. I love it. You get this big, burly, 310-pound interior rusher who was a great pass rusher at South Carolina State and then has been a great pass rusher with the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, he's a one-gap penetrator, hit the hole and get up the field, and he's damn good at it. And you took him away from the Eagles and you put him on your side. And if you go look at the last decade of Super Bowl winning teams, they all had two guys on their front four that had to be combo blocked, that need to be doubled. The Niners now have a second guy. I mean, you could argue Armstead at times was that guy, but Bosa and this kid Hargrave, or kid, he's 30, have to be doubled, have to be combo blocked. And when you have two guys in your front four like that, it just opens everything up for everybody else. So I think it's a phenomenal move. And you took them away from Philly, and there's nothing they could do about it. So it's like there's one team in the NFC standing between you and like 5 straight trips to the NFC Championship game, and it's Howie Roseman and the Eagles. So take away their cast and add it to your side. That's a double win. I love it. They gave him a ton of cash, 20+ million. But you know what? The game it's like you have to be able to rush the passer. These rundown defensive tackles are dime a dozen. You have to be able to rush from the interior. Every guy on your front has to have pass rush ability. And that's why I love this move, because he's a pass rusher and a good one.
Yeah. He is 30. He is on the down, on the back 9 of his career. I'm not saying he's on the downside of his career. He's coming off a great season. The Niners had success. They signed Justin Smith at 29. He went on to have the best years of his career. So maybe they feel like there's another 4 or 5 years here with Javon Hargrave. I guess I feel like the Niners signed him. They often do this. They often sign players who played really well against them. Kyle likes to do this. He's an offensive guy. He sees Quan Alexander has a great game against him. He's like, man, this guy's killing me. I want that guy. Hargrave. They faced him this year in the playoffs. He dominated. They faced him week 2 of 2021. He dominated. And I feel like that left an impression on the Niners. He is an excellent player. All I would say is the Chiefs neutralized him in the Super Bowl. And it's like, does this necessarily make the Niners the best team in the league? Not necessarily. It might make them the best team in the NFC. I'm not sure. But it's not necessarily like they just went and signed Chris Jones or something like that. But it's the best D tackle they could get.
I mean, to me, I think this guy he's got an upfield burst. He's got a great motor. And, you're talking about a guy he's just he's a one gap penetrator, pass rusher, who's going to put heat on quarterbacks. I mean,
is he going to be the nose tackle on base downs? Like, how do you think that'll work? Or do you just put Armstead there? Is Armstead too big for that?
Yeah, no, I think Armstead, I actually think Armstead, his functional strength on the nose is actually pretty impressive for a guy that long with, because he's got long arms and long legs. This guy doesn't.
How does a center block him? How does a center block Eric Armstead? You don't.
I mean, Eric Armstead is his, when he first came into the league out of Oregon, I thought you could kind of get him on roller skates and move him around a little bit. Now he anchors, and like you saw the film, even against a really good Eagles offensive line, he was getting combo blocked. He was just standing it up. He wasn't given an inch. So
when he was a rookie, he was like a pass rusher. They didn't play him on base downs when he was a rookie, and now he's played D end, he's played D3 tech. He could play 1 tech for him. Interesting. Do you think this makes the Niners a team to beat in the NFC? Are they now they took this player from the Eagles? Are they now better than the Eagles?
They still have about, 10 needs. I got to see how the rest of this offseason goes. I mean, like they re-signed Tayshaun Gibson, but I think that's mostly because they want to be, they know they're going to be super young in the secondary. I would expect they're going to draft 2 or 3 defensive backs that are going to wind up making the roster. And maybe a defensive lineman or 2. So they're going to be young in the back end. I think that's why they wanted the veteran Tayshaun back there to kind of direct traffic. But it's really depends. They're gonna have to hit on that. They're gonna have to replenish their roster. I mean, but I would say, on paper, the Niners and the Eagles were a good head better than everybody else in the conference. Dallas has a lot of talent, but I think everybody else is several levels beneath.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still going to give the edge to the Eagles, not to be a hater, just because they have stability at O-line and quarterback. And the Niners, yeah, I love their defense, and they just made it even better. But they still got questions on the O-line and at quarterback. And once they, answer those questions, I mean, they could go out and get a great right tackle and center tonight, and then that would change things. But I got to give it to the Eagles until that changes. But it's close. It's real close.
Eagles do have a more proven offensive line, but also,
and Kelsey's coming back.
Yeah, Kelsey's coming back. But, Kawakami put out there that the Niners are not done. I don't know if he has sources or whatever, but, if they add, I don't know if they're going to go I think they're going to go cheap on the O-line, man. I don't think they're going to go with
That's what they tend to do.
Right tackle, established center. I think they're going to let Brendel go. They let McGlinchey go today. I'm not saying it's going to be the Colton McKivitz show and Nick Sakel, but I think they'll go lower level guys and draft picks there. I don't think they're going to spend for some blue chip player there.
I would agree. They spent it on blue chip D linemen.